welcome down to the corner of the tavern. Now you might notice that this might be different from our normal setting, but that's because me and my love here went on a quest. Speaking of, I'm Patrick, and what's your name, darling?
I'm Hallie.
But no, so I'm out of town on an adventure, if you couldn't tell, visiting my suite. And we decided that while I was in town, we would hit up another escape room. Mm-hmm. Some of our favorite things to do. Until recently, I'm angry, babe.
Yeah. We had quite the experience that we can't wait to talk to you guys about.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
She knows how strong I made this. So. I've talked about escape rooms before on this channel, and we've done a few on this channel already.
Mm-hmm. We've done about 3 escape rooms so far? 4?
Potentially. I'm just talking about the escape game. I think we've done 2 of those have been. No, 3. You're right, because it's 4. Because it was prison, the hospital, which wasn't the escape game, and then we went back to the escape game for which one again? Which one did we do?
The Spice Market.
Yes.
The Spice Market, Special Ops Spice Market.
Yes.
Or something.
And then just recently we did Gold Rush.
Yeah. So yeah, Patrick was really looking forward to this. I was too. So we decided to give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Gold Rush. Being a cowboy, it was but for real, I remember seeing this room like 3 years ago, the first time I came out to Minnesota in general, and I've been wanting to do it ever since then. And just the other day, we got it. The footage should already be out of the episode of us doing it.
Yeah.
And in the footage, we may look like we were having fun and a great time, but we were not, dear viewer. It was actually
It was pretty
awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the trouble started before we even entered the room. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So we did it on a Sunday, and we pretty much wanted to make the most of our day. We had some couple things planned. Like we went to an apple orchard. If you're ever in Minnesota, go to Pine Forest. Oh my god, I forget the name. But anyway, we went to an apple orchard.
Go get some pines.
Yeah, go get some pines. We went to an apple orchard. We had a great time. We went. We got to pick some pumpkins. We did a corn maze, and so that took up the first half of our day. And then we talked about Patrick had a good idea of us dressing up for the Gold Rush escape room. So we went to Spirit Halloween. So our day was pretty busy. We had an awesome day leading up to the escape room, which was really sad to say, but So I say that to say, because our day was so packed, we decided to do a late night escape room slot. And so they had some times for, I think, 6:30, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 11, and then a midnight.
It was past midnight. It was 12:30. It was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so because our day was so packed, we're well, let's do a late night one. We didn't want to do the very last game, but we didn't want to do an 8 or 9 p.m. because we wanted some time to rest up until the game. So we're well, let's just do 11 p.m. And so we were out running errands. We were at the mall, and I had to pick up something, and then we ended up getting our swag. And then I get a phone call. And it was the escape game, and I called them back, and so they were basically asking, if they left a voicemail, and they were asking if we wanted to move our game slot from 11 to 8 or 9, and we're no. So I called them back, and I was just we just want to keep our game slot to 11, and they're oh, so do you have plans or something? And it's
none of your fucking business.
Yeah, but I was polite. I was just we have plans up until then. So, and kept it at that.
Yeah, you just said, yeah, but it's just why? Are you going to cancel the room if I don't?
Yeah, so there's more on that later, so keep this in mind.
Yeah, so she got that call, and immediately I'm what the fuck? That's I get it. It's 11, or it's a Sunday.
Yeah.
You don't want to be there till 11 p.m. Don't offer it on your website listing then. That's all I can tell you is it's we would have chosen the 8 or 9 options had they been our only choice. but
Right.
we had the option to go 11 and even 12:30. You know what you should have said? You should have said, you know what, actually, we do have plans. We're actually busier than I thought. Could you actually move that to the 12:30 slot? Just to fuck with them. Like, yeah, because it's just like, oh, do you have plans? None of your fucking business.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's like, and I've worked in customer service spots. It's like, it sucks when a customer comes in like right before closing, but at the same time, if it's being offered, we have every right to select that time.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so it's that's what annoyed me about it is it's offered.
Yeah.
Why, like now you're getting on me because I fucking did what was offered.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, and then that comes back. But so
yeah.
So we dress up, we rest up, we get to the escape room, and when we walk in the door, the person greeting us, the first thing they ask is like, so did you guys like have plans today? What did you do? And it's like, I would normally think of it as innocuous small talk,
Right.
if not for the fact that you called us like 3 hours earlier asking if we have plans, so that's why we can't book an earlier room.
Yeah, it's just like, it really isn't any of your business. Like, if that's the time slot that's being offered, we have a right to choose it. Yeah, it's just like the nosiness of it.
It's like, well, and you know what's funny? Do you know what you absent-mindedly answered to him?
I know I kind of fumbled because I was taken aback by the question, but I don't remember what we said.
I thought it was kind of fun what you said, what you responded with, because he said, so, did you do anything before you came in here? And he was like, and you were like, nothing. Yeah, so it was kind of funny because it was like a super dick answer. I'm like, yeah, I got plans. It's like, so, what did you do before you came here? Nothing. I did fucking nothing before I got. No, it was funny.
Are you sure? I thought I said yeah.
No, that was to the again. They asked us again about that. We'll get back to that. But yeah, the when we first walked in the door, they were like, so what did you do before this? And nothing.
My memory is horrible, y'all. By the way, so. That's really funny.
Yeah, I know. I can only imagine like the fury behind, like in his mind, like nothing. But so we get taken to the room. Outside of that question, everybody's like super nice, like normal, like nothing's out of the ordinary, whatever.
Yeah, and people like every time we've done the escape game, like all of their employees are super, super nice. Like I have nothing bad to say about. The skate game is awesome.
Yeah, I literally had nothing to say bad about them to say in general until this room.
Yeah. No, I still like them.
Well, I like them. I even still like their company. I think that I just didn't like this game. Yeah. But so we get in the room, and immediately it's cool. Okay, like the general premise of the room, for those of you who didn't see the original video, is we're like going from our Uncle Clyde.
Hello. It's your old relative, Clyde Hamilton.
Has just died.
I'm dead.
I guess you and I must be...
Uncle.
Yeah, you and I must be kin.
We must be kin. We must be related.
Well, cousin. Let's say we find this girl. But yeah, so our collective Uncle Clyde, which would have been even funnier if we had like a group of 5.
Yeah. All different races and stuff.
Yeah. Has all different races. Uncle Clyde got around.
Yeah.
But so he's just recently passed, and now we are here to collect our inheritance, which is all of his gold. However, when news of his death reaches the townsfolk, they're gonna come and ransack his place because they know he's rich. So we only have a certain amount of time before the townsfolk find out that he's dead and will come and tear apart his fucking place to find the gold and get out ourselves. So that's the setup. That's why there's a time limit. The story I liked. It was
a good story.
Yeah. And just to really quickly go over like sort of the 3 sections of this whole room is. You start outside, you have to like find the clues to get into his cabin. From his cabin, you unlock a secret chute that leads down a mine shaft into his like mine shaft basement. And then that's the final part of the room. So those are the 3 rooms that you go in.
Yeah, I will say like, honestly, like really, the only part, maybe 2 parts that I enjoyed about this escape room was the storyline and then the layout. I thought the layout of this room was awesome, and it was just really dynamic, like the level changes. I know you have some things to say about it, but yeah, but I mean, yeah, the room itself was awesome.
Yeah, the way I described it to my friends is that this room is like the epitome of great concept, horrible execution.
Yeah.
Because everything conceptually was great, but it's just none of the follow through on any of it was any good.
No.
So we started like outside the cabin, and the big thing about the outside of the cabin was probably the best area.
Yeah.
Like the most well put together.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about the outside area was the final riddle that we had to use to get inside of the cabin, because we ran into the immediate problem of it's a riddle with multiple like answers.
Yes.
Because the riddle was what doesn't have legs but always runs.
Yeah.
And like immediately we're thinking time, water, you know, and we got stuck on it, and we didn't want to spend forever on it.
Yeah.
So we hit a hint. Which, side note, I do feel the need to bring this up. I have never hit a hint or hit buttons more than in this room. This is the most I've ever hit the hint button. And the only reason why I bring that up is because this is literally their easiest game on offer, like listed. Like they have like difficulty ratings. This is listed as the easiest game they have on offer. I've never had to hit the hint button more than in this game.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh well, what always runs but doesn't have legs? Yeah, again, time, water. We were like we were kind of stuck, and we were like, I don't want to spend forever. And like again, I wouldn't have been so quick to hit the hit button if again this wasn't a riddle with multiple possible answers. Yeah. So we agreed, we hit the button, and the answer, and like they gave us the hint of let the answer flow through you, and it's like, oh, the answer is river, which again ties back to water, which again is like, you know, that's the issue of it being like a sort of static escape room, is if we had answered water, that might have sufficed, but it has to be the word river. And again, like that's something I haven't seen. So real quick, I've told Hallie that one of my main theories is that this is an older room, like because the design philosophy of this room is very much like 5 years ago. So I haven't seen like riddles really like that in any escape rooms in a very long time. But so that's whatever. You know, we get the answer to the riddle. We go inside the cabin, and the inside of the cabin isn't so bad at first. But here we run into our first major problem.
Oh, can I first also about the outside? One other thing that I did actually like, it was in the outside portion. One of like the first little puzzles, it was activated by sound. I hadn't done an escape room. I haven't done a lot of escape rooms. Patrick's done way more than me. But like one of them, you had to like knock and like something would like drop down. Oh, cool.
Acorns fell out of the tree.
Like I just thought that was really cool because I haven't seen a lot of sound activated puzzles. So.
No, that was a cool moment. I forgot about that one just because it was overshadowed by everything else. Yeah, because so we run into our first major problem inside after, you know, we do a few puzzles. None of them are noteworthy. They're just, you know, numbers to unlock keys, to unlock locks, to get more numbers, to unlock keys, to unlock locks. That's the thing that, again, makes me think that this puzzle design is, like, very outdated. Because that's very, like, years old escape room convention. But so finally we get to our next big set piece, which is the rifle at the shooting range. Again, it's a cool concept, but it was riddled with problems. Yeah. But spoilers, it's broken. But before we even talk about it being broken, I want to talk about like the logistics, because so the rifle itself had to be to be proper. It was a BB rifle, and to be properly cocked and loaded, you had to literally turn the whole rifle upside down, cock it like this, turn it back the other way, and then fire. I thought I saw that hit, but
yeah,
which I don't think that would have been a problem, but unfortunately, the rifle was chained. Theo. We got a little varmint of our own down here. But unfortunately, so the rifle, it was like chained in this like really tiny window. And I get why it's like that. It's so that you don't have player like more irresponsible players being like and shooting each other. So you're doing that for liability reasons. Yeah. But if that's how it has to be, then maybe you don't incorporate it. Yeah. Or maybe instead of a, like, again, I think it's cool, you know, you want to have that cocked BB rifle, maybe an extra powerful water pistol. Mm-hmm. Something along those lines where if people sprayed each other with it, it wouldn't be a big deal. Because, again, the big issue was just the obnoxiousness of trying to aim, turn over, cock, and fire in, like, a window that's only this large, and the rifle's chained down, so you can't fucking actually do it comfortably.
It was really cool, like, seeing, like, open up, and it's like, oh, wow, just... Again, yeah, what you mentioned before, really cool idea, but just terrible execution.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'm saying, like again, this might not even have been an idea you follow through on if, again, you're so worried about patrons shooting each other with a gun, like that you have to like go so far as chaining it in a tiny window so that there is no possible way to shoot each other with it, and it's like. Again, maybe you don't put that in there then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you had an escape room and you were like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was a real sword in there? But I'm worried people will stab each other with it, so I fucking chain it and compress it and put it in such a way that like there's no possible way for any of the players to hit each other with it. And it's like, well, that kind of drains the fun of having it in the first place. It's such a headache to use. Mm-hmm. Now, on top of that, the rifle itself is broken as fuck, okay? Like, at first, okay. So, real quick, one of three things would happen every time you fired it. Nothing would come out. Mm-hmm. The pellets would fire in a shotgun burst around the target, or you would shoot and, like, the bullet would curve this way, like, way off margin.
It was hard to see it was hard to see the pellets, too. Like, they were, like, small, spherical pellets. And then the way it worked was, it was like you were supposed to shoot 4 different targets, and then they would reveal a code. And yeah,
at first when we were doing it, I thought that we were just doing a really bad job. But with the amount of times that we traded off and spent on it, I'm like, statistically, there is no way that we are possibly this bad of shots.
Yeah.
And like, I started getting a feel for the rifle, and I was like watching it, and I was like seeing it like ping off the targets half the time. So I'm hitting it, but it's not powerful enough to knock it over. Mm-hmm. And so finally, like, we didn't even prompt them. They just put on the computer screen like, do you want to skip it?
And we're like, yes. And so then they just gave us the code, but...
Well, and also real quick, I want to say, I said yes because I didn't want to waste time on it, but no, you put the shooting range in here, I want the fucking shooting range to work. No, I don't want to skip it, I have to skip it.
Yeah.
That's an important distinction I feel needs to be made.
Yeah.
And they even confirmed to us after the fact. They were like, yeah, you know, the rifle was a bit buggier or whatever. And it's just like...
Yeah, they told us, like, towards the... Like, at the end, they were like, yeah, it's not y'all's fault. Like, that rifle's really buggy. And we're like, well, fix it.
Yeah, well, then get a new one.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in there. Nothing... Okay. Generally... Now I'm getting off topic. Nothing pisses me off more than when an escape room doesn't seem to be working quite right, and then you exit it and they go, yeah, that was broken. It's like...
why is it...
It shouldn't be.
Just like with the hospital, if you guys have seen the previous video, I mean, like, that room malfunctioned, there was, like, a broken part, and it's still in commission, and it's like...
Yeah, it's like...
It ruins everything.
It's one thing if you don't know about it, like if it breaks during that game, but the way he spoke to us, he clearly knew the rifle was an issue.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then why is it available for purchase? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But so, we get on to the next puzzle pretty much immediately, which is the other big bad one, which was the deer antler puzzle.
Yeah.
This one was just so obnoxious because basically you just had to count the point heads deer's antlers on the 4 deer in the room to reveal the 4-digit combination. But some of the points were so rounded and nubby that it was kind of up for debate as to whether like, you know, they counted or not. Like, I would count them, but I don't know if like the person who made the room would.
Right.
And,
it's like there's some antlers. There's certain antlers with certain points that I'm like, I don't know if I'd count that as a point.
Yeah.
Like.
And so it was like, this is like another puzzle. This is going back to the riddle. This is one with ambiguity. It shouldn't be in here.
Yeah.
There needs to be a right answer and a wrong answer,
Yeah.
and not like a different conclusion that can be drawn.
I agree.
But so we had to be given that answer as well, because it was just like it was too hard to tell. Like, does this nub count? Does this nub count? You know? Mm-hmm. So we just had to be given the answer, and we basically got the last pieces to then move on down to the mine shaft portion. Now, I do want to say the idea again, conceptually,
super cool,
very cool. The chimney, the back busts out and reveals that down a slope is the mine shaft. We found a secret hatch. Now, the chimney is so fucking tiny and cramped and at a weird slope angle.
It was steep.
Yeah.
It was really steep.
The second it opened up, I'll talk about how steep it was in a second, because you went first.
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, let's talk about that, because you went first.
I went first. I was like, oh, really, really cool. And I like went face first. And I remember it was really steep. I was like, oh my God, I had to like spin around on my butt to just kind of slow myself down, because if I had kept going face first, I probably would have like smashed my face at the bottom.
Careful. Ooh, careful.
It was really steep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a little surprising.
Yeah, no, it was very much like a slide. Like it had rubber stops to like keep that from you going woo bang, but like
it was like just the way it was angled.
the sheer steepness of it was more the issue. Mm-hmm. And so so the door opened up, and immediately I was kind of like, because I saw the angle, I saw how small the hole was, and I was like, I'm really worried that this is gonna fuck up my bad knee, because I got a little, not like super horrible, but I got a bum knee, and I was like, I'm kind thank you, darling. And I was kind of worried about like, I just know the second I start to go in here, it's gonna fuck it up. Ugh. And so I was like, but you know, I didn't have a choice. So I went down in there, and the second I stood back up, I felt it, and I felt it for the rest of the night. I was like, fucking goddamn it. And so I was already like in a bit of a bad mood, because the range puzzle was broken, the antler puzzle was ambiguous. The rest of the room was just kind of mediocre at best. And then now I just fucking injured myself going down this fucking mine shaft.
And then
so yeah,
when we finally got settled and stood up and like looked around, the room's cool. It's this mine shaft, but there's combination locks and key locks all around, and we were both just like, we're not gonna make it out of here. Like it was overwhelming, the amount of key locks.
All right, let's see what we got.
And we had maybe like 30 minutes left. Probably
no,
20
it was
minutes.
20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
20 minutes.
Yeah, it was like lock, and it's like, god damn, dude. I thought we were almost done, and now turns out we're, you know, and it makes sense. It's like, oh, you're only 2/3 through. It felt like more like halfway. It
really did. Like it took.
Yeah, it felt like half of the room was more here, and which is unfortunately because this is the worst part. This is the shittiest
part.
So the part I'm only talking about the bad puzzles that like stuck out, because most of the puzzles were just mediocre. Again, it was just I remember in a previous episode I talked with Mikey about this, where it's just like, again, talking about old escape room philosophies. It's just like, oh, there's a combination lock. a number, a key, the key to the door. Go through a number. Just do that over and over and over again. And that's what happened, especially in this last room. But so we get to the first like really bad puzzle in this room, which was the water sifting puzzle. Because so basically they gave us like we unlocked a thing with water, and you had to like pump the water up, and it would like go through a pump in like and clean something off, and it would reveal an answer. They didn't give us enough water, and we ran out, and it fucking didn't reveal the answer.
Yeah, like we had to kind of guess. Well, it's like the way it was supposed to wash off, like it was supposed to wash off on this like slope, this little mechanism, and on this slope was a piece of the puzzle, and like we didn't see it at first. We're kind of like one
because it was barely uncovered.
It was barely uncovered because there just wasn't enough water, and it just like it's one of those like it's really cool in theory, but if you're gonna do that, you need to give us enough water so we can,
clean it off.
Yeah, clean it off.
Yeah, no, so it didn't clean it off enough, so I was like, hit the hint button because I don't know what this was supposed to reveal, and it said like the different cardinal directions. Or did you notice that the different cardinal directions correlate with colors?
And it's like what cardinal directions?
Well, no, the cardinal directions showed, but not the colors. And so I was like, no, what colors is it referring to? And it says the different cardinal directions are different colors. And I'm like, are they? I can't fucking see because it's not uncovered enough.
I could see the color, but barely. Like I had to look really hard to be able to see them. It's like, but it wasn't when they were like, oh, like colors, cardinal directions. We were like, what are you all talking about?
Yeah, it didn't. I could barely see it, so I didn't see it at all. You had to be the one to say, "Oh, they're different colors," and I'm like, "Are they?"
Like I was able. It's like like north was yellow, south was red, but they were also like kind of light colors. Like they weren't super bold, and like the way they were painted on this slope wasn't like just very thin strokes. And I'm like, how would anybody see this without a hint?
I think you would see it if they gave us enough water. I think that's the issue, is if it cleaned it off enough, then it would have been evident, but they didn't give us enough water, so we couldn't fucking see it.
Yeah.
So I had to hit the hint button like 4 times just to get enough info on that before finally, like, you looked at it and were like, oh, they are different colors and they're this colors and stuff like that. And so we got through it. And then we opened a wall.
Oh, yeah.
And the wall revealed a mural. And this was like the worst. This was the worst. I completely checked out after we opened this wall.
It was one of the worst puzzles ever.
So what it was a like solve for X math problem involving for a whole code. Yeah. For a whole code. Because it was like different symbols. It was dynamite, minecart, pickaxe, and gold. And it was like, if gold plus minecart plus pickaxe equals 14, and dynamite plus gold plus pickaxe equals 17, and gold plus gold plus gold equals 21, and gold and pickaxe and dynamite plus dynamite equals 24, solve for all 4 symbols. And I'm like...
Yeah, it was horrible. It's like, what?
What? Yeah, no, I hit the hit button like 6 times until it like gave us like the chart, like explaining the concept of the puzzle, and I recognized immediately what it was. I was like, oh, this is a solve for X math puzzle. And even you were like, I still don't read that.
Like,
I don't read that.
I couldn't figure it out. Well, and also, mind you, there were also to this puzzle, it was like multiple pieces to decipher this. It was probably like 20 different pieces. It was a lot of pieces to put, because we had to put stuff together and arrange it on this
mural.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know about you, but this puzzle alone would have taken me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
I need like paper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not good at math. I need like to draw stuff out. Like there's no way I would have been able to do that in my head. No way.
But I said this puzzle was the worst by far. And my reasoning for that is because I'm not, like, if you find math puzzles fun, that's whatever. I'm not saying like, ooh, this is inherently a bad puzzle. There are some people who like math puzzles.
Yeah.
I'm saying that it's a bad puzzle because as bad as everything else was leading up to this, it at least belonged in this room. Oh, shooting range. Makes sense. Counting the points on trophies Buck's face. Makes sense. Down in the mine shaft. Makes sense. Using water to like sift something off to see it. Makes sense. Like this whole stuff like makes sense thematically. We are in the bottom of a mine shaft. There is no fucking reason why we should be doing a solve for X math puzzle.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And also, oh my god, dude, this is like advanced algebra shit too, because like I cannot remember the last time I was forced to do like if it was just solve for X, that's one thing. Like 7 plus dynamite equals 14. Solve for dynamite.
Right.
No,
like,
it's if X plus Y times Z equals 24, solve for all three numbers. That's
do it.
Yeah, like correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't done that shit since I was like 17 at the oldest.
Right. No, it's been a while for me too.
Yeah.
It was way more complex than what it needed to be. They did not have to do all that.
Yeah, so I looked at that shit and I literally said, no, I'm not doing that. Yeah. And I fucking mashed that hint button until they just gave me the answer. I was like, because we have officially reached a point now where I was just like, I'm just looking to get this shit done.
Yeah.
I'm looking to get this shit fucking over with. I'm done with it. So, were you feeling that way too?
Yeah, I kind of was starting to check out. Like, after that math puzzle, I was starting to kind of check out. I was like, all right. Well, and then it was checking out, but also just so overwhelmed with trying to even understand. Like, you understood, like, at least what needed to be done. I looked at it, and I'm like, I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing. So this feeling of, like, I'm so overwhelmed, I'm just checked out right now.
You know what that math puzzle reminded me of, kind of?
What?
It reminded me of this one escape room I did before.
Yeah.
That was really bad, because, like, the concept sounded fun, but it was just, like, it reminds me of it because it was, like, too much information, because the escape room, it wasn't just an escape room, it was a murder mystery. Oh. The escape room was to solve a murder mystery on a train.
Yeah.
But there's no actors in the escape room, so, like when it was going through there were like 5 suspects and the murder victim, and to give you the information you needed on each, it just gave you like a dossier on each person, and it was like multiple pages of multiple paragraphs long that you had to read each character's like detailed history with. It was literally like reading like 6 short stories while also having to solve puzzles. It was like
real life Simon S. Salty.
Real life Simon S. Salty. Oh my god. Yeah, right? Except you didn't even get to talk to like fucking Salt and Pepper and shit. That shit was, it was like it was all just written down in fucking books. So, and I just remember when I did that room, everybody in there was checked out the same way as in the math puzzle. And so we're like, after that math puzzle isn't even the last thing. There's like 5 more things to do. Like that last room was too full. It was like
it was full. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like cause the way that the time was structured wasn't like a third outside, a third inside, and a third in the basement. It was like
a fifth outside.
A fifth like in the fucking cabin, and then like the remainder in the basement. Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, that basement took forever. It felt like it took forever. And
what even happened after the math puzzle? I feel like I don't remember at all.
After the math puzzle, we it was just more number to key to lock to number to key to lock. It was more just of that shit. And then finally we got like the last like we got like the prongs to hook up to the dynamite, and it's meant to be this big exciting thing of like, oh, we're about to use, because there was a plunger of dynamite meant to blow out a wall, and it's meant to be like the big climactic finale of like, hey, we're gonna blow down this wall and reveal the gold. Ooh, we got some sort of TNT trigger. Like that's supposed to be like sort of the idea, like you're supposed to be like, this is the moment, this is the climax, this is the moment of hype. when you get to actually use the plunger and blow up the wall. But we were so fucking angry and tired that, like, when we got, like, the prongs to hook up to the plunger, we were just like, okay, so where does this go? Let's go red to red, black to black. Let's hit the plunger.
Yeah.
Which one of us hit the plunger again? I think it was did you have me do it? Because I was like, you want to hit the plunger, babe? And I was like, you can do it.
I think I hit. You were like, do you want it? And I was like, sure. And it was like, boom. And then, yay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like we were just so done with it.
We weren't in good spirits.
Yeah, it wasn't like, woo, we got to blow down the wall. It was like, yeah, let's blow up this ball.
Let's blow up this wall.
Let's blow up this ball. So you hit the plunger, and then the wall explodes. And again, conceptually a cool moment. Shame it came after all the bullshit, so you're not really excited for it anymore.
Oh, it's gold.
Oh, the gold. Do you need help?
Yeah.
And so then the big, like, it reveals, like, this big thing of gold, which, like, drops out a key for some reason, and the key goes into, like, the final lock, and then it's just, like, a lazy, you win!
Okay,
Oh, the last thing of gold! And then something in there.
Okay, key. Key. Is it through here?
What's the key? It's a big... Oh!
Oh, yay!
Yo, Rich! Congratulations!
Perfect. Yeah, there wasn't like... But, like, compared to the other escape game rooms, it's like, when you find, like, the last piece, there's usually some... It's just, like, it's a bigger celebration, or there's, like, a cutscene at the end, and...
No, that's something, again, that makes me believe it's an older room, is that in most... Especially in escape rooms, that, like you said, there's a cutscene. There's, like, an ending cutscene that, like, finalizes the story, to, like, really cement, like, this is the finale.
Yeah, it was like that for Spice Market Special Ops. I don't think there was one for Prison Break, but Prison Break didn't really need it because, like, we just had to escape. Like, we were just trying to break, so it's kind of like when you get out of there finally, it's like that's celebration enough. But this one, you kind of would expect it.
Do you know what the difference is with this and Prison Break, though? Is in Prison Break...
Prison Break was awesome.
From the moment the room starts, you start in your cell, but you can see off to the side the, like, final door, and it's, like, this big, like, Omega locked, giant, thick, heavy door. So, like, from the moment of the outset, you know this is where you're trying to get out of, and so you spend the entire hour towards that goal, and when you finally put in the final code, and the door swings open slowly, that's, like, enough of a climax on its own. Whereas, like, this, it's like, we found the gold,
but it's
like,
yeah, you win. Yay.
Yeah, well, it's also like, it's like, we find the gold, which is our goal. Why is there, like, a final key to a final lock? There's not, like, a door down there. It's just meant to signify the end.
Right. There should have just been some, like, big, like, I don't know, you find an even bigger piece of gold, or just something that was more consistent with our end goal.
You know what the final door could have been? Like, if, like a
gold mine, like an actual...
Or a railway exit, like, this is where you, like, roll the gold out into, get out of there.
That would be really cool.
But yeah, it didn't have that. It was just a key to nowhere.
Because I was like, we have a key.
Yeah, you were really confused by that final key.
I was like, what's this key for?
I looked over and I deduced that it went in here just because it was the only piece of the room we hadn't interfaced with yet. So I put it in there, and then like the TV came up and it went, "You win!" And
yay.
Yeah, it's just you went, yay, I went. And then our attendee came into the room and he commented, he was like, He was like, so, I know things got a little dicey towards the end. I know things got a little confusing.
We were mad.
Yeah, we were big mad.
We were big mad.
Yeah, no, I wasn't rude to him or nothing, but like,
No.
it showed on my face the amount of disappointment I felt.
Yeah. We got our little picture, and then...
Yeah, we got pictures, and then he asked us, so what did you guys do before you came here?
Yes, like, what's with the harassment?
Yeah, it's just more of like, because this was a different guy, being like,
Well,
so...
they all were, like, talking about us, and like, oh, this freaking couple, they won't leave, they have to do the last, not even last, but the last game of the night.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we want to.
Yeah, It's like I wouldn't have thought anything of it from either of them if not for the fact that they specifically asked you on the phone, like, hey, so you have anything else going on before this? You think you could schedule an 8 or 9 o'clock? And it's like, no, I chose 11 for a fucking reason. Mm-hmm. And then, so I wouldn't have thought anything of that had they not specifically called to reorganize us to an earlier time slot because they didn't want to be there that late.
And it's like, I really do get it, but... We wanted to do the 11 p.m. and it was offered. So. I never would
have thought to like call a customer and be like, "You think you could do this earlier? I would have shut down early."
I know.
That's crazy. I've never experienced that.
Yeah. We still love Escape Game.
Yeah. No. This very much is the outlier.
I know. I just feel bad because you were like on the way home. You were really disappointed because you've been wanting to do this like since we first got together and. I was like really excited to be like we booked it. And I was like, oh, we're gonna do this escape room, and at one point you were like, I don't like escape rooms anymore. It was just so sad. It's like, I felt so bad. You were so disappointed by it.
I was really torn up about it. Yeah, because I've been looking forward to this one for years.
And we dressed up for it. Like they complimented us. They're like, oh man, you guys look awesome. Like, and we really put our hearts and souls into this, and
and that being said, again, it's just like I'm not gonna shit talk like the company or like whatever because it's like it's clear that this is a rare miss.
Yeah.
Because I've done a lot of them. I've done even ones I hadn't recorded for this channel. I've done the heist. I've done
I wanted to do the heist.
I've done Mission to Mars. We could do the heist. I haven't. It's been years. It's been literal years since I've done it. So like I wouldn't remember any of the puzzles. So we could definitely do it. Yeah. But yeah, I've done the heist. I've done Mission to Mars. I've done Prison Break. I've done Timeliner with my other group of friends back home. I've done what was the other one we said we did?
Spice Market.
Spice Market. And they were all great. They were all phenomenal. 10 out of 10 experiences. This is the first one that I was like, this was awful. Yeah. This sucked. But again, it's just like, nothing's perfect. You're never gonna, no one's gonna shoot a perfect game. And I do also want to say, just because you said something that I thought was really funny, you were like, it might have even been worse than the hospital. And I had to tell you, no, it's not. It was not worse than the fucking hospital.
No, it wasn't. It was a hospital.
The hospital was bad.
That was a horrible room.
This was more disappointing because we expected more because it was the escape game.
The hospital was so bad.
The hospital was just bad. And this one, Gold Rush at least had moments of...
Yeah, I mean, we still had, there were moments where I was like, oh, this is really cool, this is fun, but,
the hospital was shit all the way through.
It really was.
I knew that one was going to be shit. You didn't know this yet, because you hadn't done that many escape rooms. I knew this one was going to be shit from the outset. When the person, because, this, outside of a Ren Fair, this was the only escape room that I had ever been in, where, the pitch was given to us, not in, a videotape in the room, but as, just in the lobby by, the host.
It was awkward. It was awkward. Just, the delivery was awkward, and it's oh, story time. Not just, this big, you're in there. You're in the room. It's just... Yeah. It was just weird.
Yeah, it's just hey, before you go in there, this is what the story to the room is.
That's literally what it was. And we were just kind of oh, I see.
But darling,
yeah.
Unfortunately, Turns out that the golden fuck! I fucked it up!
Shh, I have neighbors. Shh.
Well, they get to hear me rage out. Lucky them. It turns out, take two. It turns out the golden gold rush was fool's gold. Unfortunately, we were the fools. Nailed it, got it right this time. I'm a fucking genius. Jeez. No, but for real, yeah. Again, it's a shame just because like this is the first one.
Really bad.
This was the first like escape room that I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
I can't believe it was that bad, you know.
Yeah.
Do you have like any more thoughts on that room in particular?
No, I mean, and as much as like critique as we have, I mean, if you ever find yourself near an escape game Gold Rush room and want to give it a try, go for it. It's not. We still had fun. Kind of. I did not have fun. I wouldn't tell someone like, don't do it, but
I would. I'd say don't do Gold Rush. I'd say pick a different game. I'd say still
it's not, yeah, it's...
I'd say still do the escape game. I'd say don't do Gold Rush.
Yeah.
Like, because...
Yeah.
Even if, like, I get that we got unlucky with certain things just being broken. Like, let's just talk about the things that, like, could have been us and not, like, you may not get... you may not come across these yourself. The broken rifle... you know, the getting enough water for the sift, right? But there's stuff in that room that's baked in, such as like the obnoxious, because I guarantee that shit's uniform, the trophy heads with the different nubs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they have someone to like mass produce those.
Mm-hmm. So I guarantee that's uniform. Yeah. The math puzzle. That's baked into the room.
I really hated that math puzzle. It made no sense.
That damn near ruined the room for me.
It did ruin the room for you.
Because like, I get that I was already sort of in a bad mood because the rest of the room leading up to it was bad, and I fucking injured myself in there. But it's just like, I don't think anyone would have fun with that puzzle.
Unless you really, really like math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not one of our favorites. I mean, if you're interested in doing it and just want to say you've done it because you like Gold Rush themed things or you like the escape game, then go for it. But this probably was like, it was probably the most disappointing escape rooms that we've done.
I would literally say only do it if you have a vested interest in the escape game as like a company, which don't get me wrong, I do.
Yeah, I really like them.
Yeah, and you just want to like do every single one of them because
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you.
I like this drink. Another. But yeah, like if you like the company and you have a vested interest in them, like, because it's like, don't get me wrong, I still probably would have done this regardless, even knowing that it was like kind of like one of the less good ones. It's like
you just said you wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend it unless you were a hardcore escape room fan like myself. Yeah. That's literally the only instance in which I would recommend it. And even then I would say you would do it as one of your last ones or one of your first ones to get the disappointment out of the way.
Yeah.
This is like the equivalent of like watching every Disney movie or watching every Miyazaki movie. There are some stinkers in there and you only watch, and you know they're bad. And you know they're bad because everybody says that they're bad. And you only watch them so that you can say, I've watched every Disney movie. I've watched every Miyazaki movie. I've done every escape room. You know, some things you do because you like the brand and you know that like 90% of it is good, and you do the shit ones too just to experience them.
Yeah.
Like for instance, I was told by an employee that at their headquarters, they have every single room, even the discontinued ones, like still playable. If you wanted to call and be like, yeah, I want to do this old room from like 10 years ago, I would 100% do that. Because I think that's cool, and I like this company, and I would 100% do like their old shitty ones.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm not a shill. I'm not going to lie and say I had fun when I didn't. We had to pay for this experience, and it was very subpar. So...
And it wasn't cheap, too. Like...
Yeah, it was $100.
Yeah.
So, like, for it to come out so bad, and it is just a disappointing experience. And it didn't have, like, that... Because I am so used... When that rifle was broken, that was such a shock to me, because normally the escape game is on top of that shit. You normally never find broken shit in an escape game escape room.
Yeah, like Prison Break, we didn't have anything that was broken. Spice Market, we didn't have anything broken in there either. So it definitely, I mean, and it could have gone with the theme a little bit, but there were some pieces in the room that seemed like they were a little beat up from like wear and tear, which I'm not judgmental about that, but it's just something I noticed. So
yeah,
I think
beat up is one thing, broken is another.
Well, like in the outside portion, there were like little animals. There was like frogs and stuff. Like one of the frogs was like ripped up off of the ground. Like do you remember me picking that up? I don't think I was supposed to pick that up. It had like glue. Like
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about it, but I was like, okay.
No, you didn't say anything about that at all. I didn't know about that. Rip that frog up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you were the one who broke it. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever consider that maybe it wasn't broken until you ripped it off the ground?
So you admitted I'm tough.
Darling, I wouldn't wagon travel with you if you weren't tough enough to rip frogs up off the ground, okay? Sometimes frogs is good eating. You ever eaten a frog before?
Yes. They're delicious.
I don't think I ever have, actually.
They're really good. Frog legs are good.
I wouldn't doubt it. I This is
What? Say it.
This has nothing to do with like even just the frog legs or whatever, but like when I was in high school and we had to dissect the frogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I liked doing that.
I didn't only because I like cutting things apart. I like cutting the living things apart, darling. Makes me feel alive. Makes me feel like a man. But no, for real. The frogs, like the scalpels and tools they gave us were so rusty that they couldn't.
Oh, I thought they shouldn't have.
No, they shouldn't be. Like we literally, instead of being able to like, we had to like.
Like a barbarian.
Yeah, we couldn't cleanly cut these frogs open. We had to massacre them.
It's terrible.
And I remember I got partnered with one kid. It's really fucked up, but it was so funny. Like, we couldn't get far because our scalpels and our equipment was so rusty and broken that we couldn't get as far as we needed to. And, like, so when the teacher, like, called, like, 5 minutes, put everything down, he just said, fuck it. And he ripped the legs off his
That's crazy.
And he fucking, he just said fucking, he was like, yeah. So it made me think of that when we were talking about frogs and frog legs and shit.
It's insane.
It was, but it was really funny.
Everybody's staring at him.
Only because we were off in the corner. Like, no one could really see what we were doing.
It was just like massacre.
Yeah, he's just like ripped it to pieces. Speaking of unhinged shit, this one's about me, unfortunately.
Oh, God. What else is new?
What else is new? Now I'm just going through like school day memories or whatever.
That's okay.
I remember.
These are good shorts.
These are good shorts. Yeah. See, that's what I love about you, darling. You're always money minded. There was this. I had to be reminded of this. I totally forgot I did this until I was in high school, and someone reminded me I did this. I was like, oh yeah, I fucking did that. When I was in 6th grade, we had to like make these like these little snowmen out of like cotton balls and Q-tip arms. You know what I'm talking about? and like they would like be posted up on you know, over our class like door and stuff.
Aww.
I went unhinged with mine. I meant like everybody else was like, you know, they went classic snowman. I made a snowman called Frosty the Pitman. Because he was a snowman, but like he had like a golden money chain dangling from his neck, and he wore a beanie. And he held like his instead of like, you know, stick arms, he had like a fist, and then the fist was like a sack full of money.
My stomach hurts.
and I Frosty the Pitman, yeah. And then I made one of the Q-tips extra long and stuck it through his arm and down his back. And so he had like the ability to like punch. And I called it like beat the bitch action.
You're a badass kid.
I was certainly a freak. Who would have ever thought that the weirdo I would have grown up to be would be a weird kid?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so funny.
Yeah, like I said, it was like a bionicle arm, so he'd wiggle it and he would like...
This is so Adult Swim coded.
Yeah, and somebody was telling me about that. Like I said, I totally forgot I did that. And then like they were like, you remember Frosty the Pitman? And I was like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? And then he like told it to me, and as he was telling me, I was like, oh my fucking god.
Oh.
I totally forgot I did that. No, I was a weird fucking kid.
That was funny. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I really liked that story.
Yeah.
Ah.
But yeah. I mean, that was completely off topic, but...
Gold Rush to Frosty the Pitman.
Yeah, the Gold Rush to Frosty the Pitman pipeline. Don't fall down it, or it'll be like me. Dressed like a cowboy.
Yeah.
Talking about shitty escape rooms on YouTube.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, but so... I mean, like I said, okay, let's give this a number rating. Baby, you know what you're here for? Your first ever out of 5 daggers.
Ooh.
If you were to give this escape room a rating out of 5 daggers. Now, I know this doesn't make sense. 5 Bowie knives.
5 Bowie knives.
Since we are not rogues, we are cowboys.
The Rouges.
Since we're not rouges. Since we're not Rouge the Bats.
Yeah.
No, but out of 5, what would you give this room?
Between a 1 and a 2. Can I give half daggers?
You can.
Probably 1.5.
You give a 1.5? Goddamn.
Like, the hospital was 0 for me.
The hospital was 0.
Yeah.
Okay, I get. Okay. I was like, damn.
I mean, like 2. Maybe like, if I want to be generous, I'm gonna give it a 2. That's my final one. 2.
2?
Yeah.
I will also say 2, and the reason why I say that is because again, it's like this had good set pieces. It's just none of the puzzles were good.
Yeah. But even like the hospital's like.
No, when you said it was like a 0, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Because when you were like 1.5, I was like, you only got this was 0.5 better than the hospital, but you're like, no, that shit's a 0.
I'm a harsh critic. Dude.
I see that. I see you, Jake Sully.
I see you.
But yeah, I would also give this a 2 out of 10 or 2 out of 5. Yeah, 2 out of 5.
I was gonna say, whoa.
Whoa.
Why do I get 5 and you get 10?
Yeah. Wow.
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 No, it's fine. I misspoke. But yes, so 2 out of 5 daggers. No point for me to do the mathematical average. It's 2 out of 5 on both of our parts. But yeah, so like I said, I would literally only recommend this if like you're planning to do a completionist run of every escape room. Outside of that, I just can't recommend it. Because, again, I recognize that we faced some like stuff that could be fixed. The rifle and the amount of water we got, but there's just shit that's baked in there that I'm like, it's still like not great. It's just, again, like I said, the classic number to lock to key to lock to number to lock to key to lock, like formulaic escape room with the bells and whistles of a shooting range, crawling down the mine shaft, using dynamite. And those things are cool, but it's very much the epitome of flash over substance.
Yeah. That's my last remark.
Just the sigh.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, all right, guys. That has been our experience on our Gold Rush. Please let us know what you think about it down in the comments, and we will see you next week here in the corner of the tavern.